I'm joined here with Jerome today. Super excited to have you on, Jerome, to hear a little bit about your story with Handle Properties. Maybe before we dive in, for the benefit of everyone, if you could tell us a little bit about who you are, what you were doing in your property investment journey before you met Handle.
Yeah, sure. So I was just a fresh uni graduate and I've just started at a Big Four job. I was wanting to get into the property market and expand portfolio and just sort of, see what was out there, and it's a bit daunting on your own. So I was engaging with a couple of buyers agents, and Handle was the one who really stuck out to me.
Awesome. And yeah, fully appreciate first foray, still just exiting uni. There's a lot that's going on when you're looking at property investment. But for you in your situation, what do you think was the biggest frustration when you were trying to invest on your own?
Number one, it's such a large and big decision, and it's very daunting. So you don't want to necessarily make a decision where you're tossing and turning at night, like, oh, was this the right decision? And with Handle, you guys are very professional, and you have clear insight into the market and what you're doing. So I really appreciated that it sort of took out that toss and turning, and I'm comfortable now with what I've purchased.
Awesome. Very happy to hear. And we think it's going to do very, very well in time to come as well.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
And maybe for those who don't know about it, how did the process of finding your property actually work?
Yeah. So essentially, you guys shortlisted a bunch of suburbs that met my requirements. So we sat down multiple times, what are your goals with the property? Are you focusing on growth? Do you want the cash flow? Do you want a mix? And we sort of sat down and we said, okay, based on your requirements, we think these shortlisted suburbs will do well for you. And then you went off and had a little look at a couple suburbs, and then I was a bit difficult and said, no, maybe can we change the outlook and focus more on X, Y, Z? And then you went back to the drawing board and presented more shortlisted suburbs, and it was something that was just great.
Awesome. Very happy to hear that the process went well for you. And in the end, what type of property did we find for you? What general region, general budgets?
So something that I did not think was possible. We found a 4-bedroom house by the water. It's about 20 minutes from a city. It was really, really great spot, and I was just I did not think it was possible with my budget to get something that nice. Even now when people say, oh, you bought property, and they're like, oh, okay, nice, and I'd mention it's a house, they bought, oh, you bought a house? Just because the idea of buying a house for under $1 million that's going to perform is just, it just doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, it's a beautiful spot. Hard to go wrong when you're that close to a CBD and right by the water as well.
Yeah.
And now, I know it's been super recent. We've just secured the property, but are you happy with the price you paid and how the property's performing to date?
Oh, phenomenal. I know we bought it just before budget, so that was obviously a bit unknown. But even besides that fact, we bought below the suburbs median price point. The bank vows were all about 30, 40 grand higher than what we paid. So really, really happy.
Awesome. Now, based on your experience from start to finish, what type of customer do you think Handle Properties is the right fit for?
Pretty much anyone, but also the person who wants to get ahead, grow their portfolio, someone that you can grow with Handle. And that's what made, I think, you guys stick out more from everyone, because I'd spoken to about 4 or 5 other buyers agents when trying to figure out who was a good fit for myself. And they sort of went through we will, buy it, take you through this process, and that was it. Whereas you guys were sort of start to finish, we want to help you grow. You send out, yearly growth reports on the property that we've purchased. You want to help me expand my portfolio besides just the 1 or 2. And you sort of model the data. It was just so clean the way you presented it in spreadsheets. It was really easy for me to understand. So it's just honestly the right fit for anyone who's wanting to expand and grow their portfolio, and someone to grow with you and the team.
Perfect. And yeah, we're very excited to report back on how this one goes, and hopefully get the next one on the road as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, based on your situation, why Handle over doing it yourself?
It was just that it's such a big decision. So with Handle Properties, you guys demonstrated this is what we do. I know also, hearing a bit about your backgrounds, you'd worked in Macquarie Bank. So I know there's a lot of buyers agents out there who are just more so buyers agents by name, but you guys really know the market and the micro macro factors of the economy, and when it comes to property. So I was just like, you guys really know what you're doing. I'd rather trust you with this decision as opposed to myself, someone who's just starting out.
Awesome. And look, I know hindsight's 2020, but what do you wish you had known before you started this process of investing?
That's a tough one because I feel a lot of the things that I had wish I'd known, you guys sort of explained to me as we went. Like even now, up to getting it, a lot of buyers agents, once you purchase a property, see you later, here's the invoice. But you guys have sort of kept going to help me even get it on the market. So any questions I've sort of had or I'd wish I'd known, you've answered those. So you've been really helpful from financing all the way up until getting it up onto the market for rent. So I don't know if there's anything that I'd want to do differently.
Perfect. Very happy to hear. And on that note, like, what do you think you would tell someone who's sitting on the fence right now?
Just go for it. Property is such an amazing thing. You have access to all sorts of deductions. I mean, granted now it's a bit different, but we were speaking earlier and it's almost the same besides a cash flow perspective. So just, I think, go for it. The market's always going to move. You hear people, like I hear older people, like aunties, uncles, I wish I'd bought then, I'd wish I'd bought then. And so the right time to buy is always the present day. Like as soon as you can, I think just go for it.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, look, it was a pleasure to work with you on this investment property purchase and very excited to report on the growth to come.
Looking forward to it. Thank you so much, AJ.
Thanks, Jerome.
Thanks, AJ.